guys.
All right. Hey, right on. What's up, everybody? This is Eddie at Sonora Nissan. I'm here with my trusty co-host,
Cristian Perez. Nice to see you guys.
Drinking your, what do you always get from the,
I get my Americano, man. I have
right.
to have straight, dark, black coffee to get me going.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's got to be iced, right? It
Yeah,
can't be hot,
oh, it's
right?
too dang hot out here,
I always
man.
get a hot coffee. He's always got the cold coffee instead, right? But I mean, it is kind of picking up, right? It's a little bit hot outside. Well, today we're doing another video, guys. As you guys may have seen already, we have our coffee and cars, right? Today we're sitting in a pretty great vehicle too that we want to talk about. Excited to share. We shared a video of it recently as well, and it's the 2020 Rogue Sport. Right, it's a bit of a smaller, more of the compact version of the Rogues, which are super popular.
It's like its little brother. We want to give you a like a detailed look into this vehicle, and we want to know what it is that you guys want to learn about. These cars are really tech driven, right? There's a lot of cool Nissan tech standard on this car. It's exciting, safety tech standard like Safety Shield 360, and it's a really fun drive, guys. You guys have to come in and check it out. Talk more, Eddie, about that 360 shield. How does that work, man?
That's right. So we've mentioned this before on other videos, right? With Nissan, as we have our intelligent safety features, right? So the Safety Shield 360 is a suite of 6 separate technologies that are in our cars. And that's going to cover things such as automatic braking, you have blind spot warning, lane detection warning. You have several features, right? What I want to stress to the customers, if you want to look at it from a very simple way of kind of breaking that down, you can have things that are looking out for you, right? It's a 360, right? That's a safety shield, right? It's watching from the front, from the rear, from the sides, right? Different technologies that help to make your drive more safe.
Right. So a question for you, because I get this asked all the time. How does this work? Or hey, if I just let it go, will it stop me from hitting that wall?
That's true.
You know, and I would always say, well, not until you buy it. Don't try it until you buy it, right? But this is actually how it works. So just so guys don't get confused on what this system does, its key word in this is an emergency brake.
There you go.
Right? If this is something that is let's say you're driving down the street and the car in front of you slams on its brakes and you didn't see it in time, this car can activate the brakes to help prevent that collision or mitigate the effects of that collision. So that's the important part. Another cool thing that you might not know, let's say you're already using the brake and you're not using enough brake force, the car can actually add up to 100% of the brake force to help you stop. So it's always there without you knowing, and it's always active, keeping you safe. So that's a good feature to have.
Yeah, well, that's the way to look at it, right? I think what we're really, the takeaway here would be that it's supplemental, right? It's not meant to be, oh, we're going to just forget about the road, right? And just whatever happens, right? Another thing to point out, too, would be features like Pro Pilot Assist, right? We mentioned that in the past before, too. That's the same kind of concept where people are like, oh, it's going to be like hands-free driving, right? No, that's not necessarily the case. It is a really helpful feature. It helps
hands-on driver
but
assistance.
You have to have your hands on the driver's wheel.
Well, you want to be in control of your car at all times.
That's right.
Nissan is very focused on that part. That they say it's a hands-on system because the driver is always in control. So when I drive, I want to have as much information to make good decisions on the road. That's what blind spot sensors are for. It lets me know more information. It's not there to monitor the lane for me. My eyes will do that. That's right. But that's there to help me get more information so I can make good decisions on the road.
And keeping you safe. That's the main idea, right? Whatever if you're in heavy traffic or if you're not able to see well, you always have that extra little additional help should it be necessary, right? That's the point, right? So that's good. That's the way we want to reinforce that point, like Cristian said.
So once again, guys, Cristian Perez here, Eddie Orozco. We're here talking about the Rogue Sport. If you have any questions, let us know. We want to know how we can help you into such a beautiful car like this one, or just answer your questions. Give us a shout out, and we'll answer the questions live here on Facebook.
So, guys, I've got a question. The other day we saw, as we were driving around, getting our coffee, of course, I saw that the light on that pillar over there, where your hand is by the steering wheel, that came on at different times. Can you kind of tell us what that does? And
all right, so what that is actually your blind spot warning indicator. So that's going to turn on the moment that a car is in your blind spot. So that's different from just a car being next to you, right? You can see the car out that's next to you, but in your blind spot, outside of your mirror's view,
past the pillar there.
Yeah, past the pillar, that light will turn on. Now it's important to know that if you're driving or you're slowing to a stop and you start pulling next to it, that light will turn off. That's because you're probably not going to be doing any lane changing from 15 miles.
You're coming to a stop.
You're coming to a stop. That's what's going on. But it's there to help you. It's there to let you know of any dangers that might be there, because it happens all the time. I'll be, driving's kind of an automatic thing for some folks. You get into your rhythm, and then you start, you stop paying attention.
It's on autopilot.
Yeah, you get on autopilot and you say, oh, well, you start making lane changes. You don't see, you don't take the time to turn and look. Well, these blind spot warning is going to help keep that in your thought, in your vision. And I love how Nissan puts them in the 8 pillars. Every car maker puts them in the actual mirrors, right? Nissan is putting them in the 8 pillars to keep them in your peripheral, so that you're always aware when that light's on. Yeah, it's kind of at the corner of your eyesight. Yeah, it's really nice.
Keeps it in place. Yeah. The other thing to mention about that too, right, is that while it does have the blind spot warning, right, the other feature of that would be that same light can be used for the lane departure warning, right? And that's something to keep in mind too. It's going to be something where, as let's say you are driving and you're kind of not necessarily distracted, but maybe you're just focusing on the road ahead. You're driving, like you said, you're kind of in that autopilot mode. If you're not meaning to switch in the next lane and you haven't put your signal on and you start kind of drifting, which sometimes happens, right? What happens next? You have that warning, right? It's letting you know.
Yeah. So here's the thing, guys. Once again, we want to know what your questions are. We're here at Sonora Nissan, Cristian Perez, Eddie Orozco. Let us know your thoughts. We want to show you guys the car. We want to get you guys hands-on driving this thing. We want to know, what are your experiences like? What are your concerns? But mainly, we want to highlight some of the cool tech that's in this Nissan Rogue. And here's the thing. I don't think we really talked about the cool incentives that we got going on here in Nissan too.
That's pretty
This is a perfect car to get a little extra space and to get an extra savings as well. We have up to
huge savings right now.
$4,250 off on this car, guys. That's insane, right? I always say, like, that's the time that we call all our friends and family, like, come on in, because this is the time, guys. The excitement is here. The offers are here. The financing is here.
Absolutely.
And it's on a car that is, I think that the Rogue Sport is probably one of the best made cars that Nissan has right now. It's an excellent drive, guys. It's something that you have to experience, because the suspension is soft, it's supple, it rides like a car that costs twice as much.
That's true.
Right.
And it's got sport mode, right? That's the main thing about it too. Like, we drove around a little bit yesterday, and we can attest to that, right? We just recently drove it. It's not just, like you said, a car that's full of tech and a lot of nice features and a lot of comfort. It's also got a good amount of speed, right? You put it into sport mode and you press on the pedal, and it's exciting.
Yeah, it picks
right?
up.
You have that. So you get the best of both worlds, right? You have the comfort, you get the convenience, you have the technology, and you also have that spirited driving, because that's something I think is super important to mention too.
It's awesome, man.
Awesome car, absolutely.
So, guys, once again, Cristian Perez here, Eddie Orozco's here. We're gonna start wrapping things up. Before we do that, we want to show you the car on the outside, get you guys a detailed walk around of the Rogue Sport, and just kind of see the trim and see how it looks, and see what beautiful red scarlet ember color this Rogue Sport has. So let's go check it out real quick, guys. All right, so I want you to kind of just look, get in close,
Take a look at the lines, right?
and watch your step.
Yeah, this time I will.
Watch your step. But really get a good look. It's got plenty of space for a vehicle that's got a great ground clearance and drives so well, because it kind of handles like a car. That's the idea of these crossovers. They're not big lumbering SUVs. They're cars that can get in tight spaces and they can really move. Let's get a really good sweeping angle here of this beautiful Rogue Sport, guys, and let us know what you think. Getting down close, I love this right here. This is Nissan's famous V-Motion grille design, and if you didn't know, this is where that automatic braking sensor is housed behind this Nissan emblem. I think it looks sharp, guys. It's really cool. Get in close here, I mean.
Just take a look at these 40 laps, right? This car right here.
So what other colors does this come in, guys?
You can get it in our Caspian blue. You can get it in our Monarch orange. You can get it in magnetic black, which is a beautiful color, guys. It shines in the light. Our glacier white, our pearlescent white.
This one's a favorite.
Oh yeah, that's a really nice one, guys. So
The gun metallic,
gun
or
metallic as well.
okay,
Yeah.
silver.
Silver, yes. Yeah, they have a silver as well. So there's tons of options.
Color options.
Come on in, guys.
How about bright yellow?
No yellow. Surprisingly. No school
Again,
bus
guys,
yellow.
Yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. Eddie here with Christian. We're here at Sonora Nissan. This is another version of our Cars and Coffee, showcasing that Road Sport 2020. Right? If you guys have any questions,
And we'd love for you guys to join us. You know, come on in, leave your comments. Let us know what you guys are thinking. We'd love to have that conversation with you guys here at Sonora Nissan. We'll see you here.